Alright, let's try this again, guys. Just when I said, oh, we've got this. No, we don't. Okay. So far, we have it says excellent connection. It says that we don't have any error messages so far. Of course, I see a lag, but I'm just not going to worry about that right now. I checked the OBS. It says we have a great signal, but now it's starting to say that we have a little bit of an overload. So I'm not sure, because on OBS I'm like up to speed and caught up. Click over to YouTube and we're behind. So we'll just try this again and see if it works, and if not, we'll figure something else out. So just gonna wait for everybody to jump in and get this rolling again. I'm not gonna say anything about if it's going good or going bad, because every time I open my mouth we just fail. So, and there's an error message, so I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. I've lowered everything to the point of to no return. But if you guys can hear me and everything's going okay, and we'll just sit here for a couple minutes and see if we get buffering. You guys let me know if the audio starts messing up, or we start buffering, or whatever crazy stuff YouTube can throw at me today. Well, alright guys, let's just go in and how is everyone's day? Hey, there's Dark Somnium. Hey! How are you? Trying to keep up with the chat and still stay online and talk to you guys. And no, Evil, you did not kill the chat or the stream. My crazy computer probably did. I think there's like some unwritten rule for me in live streaming. Every time I freaking go to live stream, something happens. The computer, like just you can ask Evil. Just like maybe 5 minutes before we were supposed to start live streaming, my computer just crashed and shut itself off, and I'm like panicking. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? But anyway, it is what it is, and we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. So far, I'm not seeing anybody like throwing in the chat that we're buffering, or I'm kind of stuck in the same facial expression. So we're just going to keep going, and I'll keep talking. Usually this would be like a plus for me, because everybody tells me I talk way too much, but for some reason you stick a microphone and a camera in my face and that's it. Nothing happens. I suddenly just stall. But anyway, this is new for me. This is probably the first real live stream where I've sat down in front of a computer and a microphone and just started talking. Probably because I'm not very good at it. I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm glad to see all these wonderful, wonderful people in the live chat. This makes me like uber happy. I don't want to start calling names out because I'll start forgetting people, and I don't want anybody to be mad at me. But if you guys get a chance, do me a big favor and like spam Darkest Side on Twitter and wake his butt up, because like I don't know if he's asleep or if he was attacked by little midgets or something, but he is not responding to anything. So I'm just gonna sit here and talk and jabber and make no sense. So maybe I'll get a couple of laughs in the live chat for my craziness. Either that, I'll be embarrassed tomorrow and everybody ask me if I've been drinking today. So yeah, now another awesome person joined the live chat. Like I said, this is probably a little bit laggy from what I'm saying. So, hi Creepy Blonde Girl. Hi Evil. Hi Artzilla. I think the Dark Somnium is still in the chat, so I'll say hi again. I think I was trying to say earlier in the live stream before it like abruptly just cut out and midgets. It just abruptly cut out. I'm wanting to do a podcast every week. Nothing big, just something to have fun, join the community together. I mean, I'm not a big channel. I wish I was, because at this point, like I was reading the other day, it was Jacksepticeye. He raised like $1.7 million for people who are needing help in the coronavirus. And all I could think was, my gosh, if I even had half of his subscribers, what could I do to help out the community? But so far I'm trying to I don't know, I'm trying something. Kind of lost it there. But how was everybody's Easter? I hope it was insanely great. I mean, with the lockdown or quarantine, whichever you prefer to talk about. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to see family and friends. Just really relying on the internet at this point. I'm not a big advocate of social media. I'm not very good at it. I see people, man, they're on social media and they're talking away, and I get on social media and feel kind of like, the fat kid at prom, just kind of there. But I'm trying to get better at it. Hey, Lance. Anyway, like I said, spam Darkest Side. Just bug the heck out of him. Get him away. Because, see, with the podcast, so what I wanted to do is there will be two main hosts, which would be me and Darkest Side. And then each week, like I'd have a co-host, which I'm hoping Evil will be the co-host. And then each week we would have people jump in and, we could play games. We could maybe one day try to raise money. I mean, get some of the bigger narrators in here and we might be able to do it. But that's kind of what I'm going to do. I have like a bunch of new ideas for the channel because I have to freely admit, I stopped YouTubing maybe in December. And to be frank, I kind of stopped YouTubing because I was getting kind of stale. I mean, just the same stuff. Oh, they were fine. Oh, that's the best part is the Easter egg hunting. Sorry, I just was reading the chat and just immediately had a blonde moment there. Sorry. But, it just kind of got stale back in December. I mean, the stories I was reading, they were great. I'm not gonna lie, they were great, but it's just not what I was wanting to do. I have so many ideas, but of course, like most of the time, it takes money and time and it's hard. And so I decided I was going to take a break and try to find my passion, because like just normal things get to you. Like, what am I doing wrong? My numbers have stalled. I've been stuck at almost 5,000 now for several months. I can't even count. I don't even count them anymore. But and it's not about like, oh, other channels are doing better than me. That's not what I'm talking about. It's what I want to do with my channel. I don't spend a whole lot of time looking at everybody else's channel and feeling like any type of anxiety or anger or jealousy. It's just, what can I do with my channel? And it just kind of stalled and just kind of let it just get to me and just kind of quit. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back as hard as I can. And in January, we got really bad sick in the house. And now I'm kind of wondering if we didn't have like a touch of the coronavirus, because we were almost hospitalized. I mean, it was bad. And then we got better, or as better as you can get from being sick, and had a car accident. And it was devastating. It was a bad car accident. It was me and my oldest daughter, and it was scary. I'm not even going to go into it, but it was scary. I think if it would have just been me in the car accident, it would have been okay. But the fact that my daughter was in the car with me, and I did a big no-no, and put her in the front seat belted, because we were on a back road fixing to go home. And, yeah, it took us a month, and I'm still feeling like the after effects of the car accident. It's pretty rough. But then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get back into it, and then suddenly, like, all heck broke loose. I mean, like, you turn on the news and people are like, go buy your toilet paper now. And I'm like, why do I need toilet paper? I mean, is this sort of like when it snows, go buy your milk and bread so I can have milk sandwiches? Okay. So I missed the memo on buying toilet paper. And of course, in our house, we're a big household. And, literally walked into the store feeling like a crack addict, looking for a fix, trying to find toilet paper. And I walk in, and like I can be pretty funny. I get the monkey shines, and I get goofy. And we walk in, and there's like 5 packages of toilet paper sitting on the shelf. And I'm seriously, I'm not hoarding. I just need the toilet paper. Give me it. And everybody's just staring at each other like, if you go for it, I'm going to cut you. And I look over at my mom, and my mom looks at me, and she's like, don't you dare do what I think you're going to do, Amanda. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I just bust out coughing. Like, you know, people at Walmart do. They cough, and they don't cover their mouth. I bust out coughing, cleared the whole aisle, grabbed my toilet paper, and ran for the checkout. So now every time I go in the store, I start looking for toilet paper. Like, I literally need my fix on it. But that's just part of one funny story of the coronavirus. I've done some pretty funny things that have embarrassed my entire family. So anyway, we'll just go on from there. But then I thought this would be a great time to learn how to live stream, to learn, to kind of get the ball rolling. Because one thing I will have to say, awesome, I'd love to do collabs. I mean, one thing I can say is the Dark Somnium is one of the first narrators. Him and Nico Wonderdust was the first 2 narrators I ever met. And they were awesome. I would sit there and listen to Dark Somnium's live streams, and it just kind of hit me in the right way. I was like, man, what they're doing is awesome. And so listening to them, and, you know, they started, like, Dark Somnium already had a channel, and Nico was just, I think, starting his channel. And I'm like, you know what? I think, bye. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry, again, like, I read the chat and get, you know, sidetracked. So I remember I started right after that, and I just kept going. I mean, they were one of the reasons why I started. I always have to give them mad props for talking to somebody that was not a narrator, that at that point probably had no intentions at that point of being a narrator. But then I started, and they have always been great friends. They've always been just really super supportive. So trying to think. I've got a sign saying the stream is buffering, so I'm not sure if it's buffering or not, guys. I hope not. Wait, it says excellent connection. There we go. I agree, CBG. The toilet paper thing has nothing to do with the coronavirus. I do not understand why people went totally ape and bought, like, I was sitting in line and seeing a woman with a buggy full of toilet paper and a buggy full of chicken. And all I could think was, I just want 1 package of toilet paper and 1 package of chicken. But I wouldn't dare go near her cart because I think she even hissed at people. So, I don't know. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Have we froze yet? Because I think I'm frozen on my side, and it's saying that it's having some issues. So I don't know if you guys are seeing it's working. It's buffering a little. Crap. CBG, Nico's doing good. Most of the time you can talk to him. I would say, like, I just message him. Just like normally tweet him and message him, and he'll tweet back. He seems to be doing good. I think he picked up narrating again. So I think he's still doing good. Last time I checked him, he was doing fine. Probably going stir crazy like most of us who have kids. are going crazy right now with kids being home and having to homeschool. Yes, but we have audio. Oh, at least we have audio. Okay, then that's good. At least we have audio. I would rather have audio than nothing at this point. Maybe that's the problem we're having with the live stream, is I decided to go with my webcam, and maybe that's what the problem is. So maybe next time I know just to not do the webcam and just do just live streaming. I just want to do webcam because I don't know, I'm just trying to get into this and feel a little more comfortable. Because like I said, when I started narrating, I was not comfortable with my voice. I wasn't comfortable with being in front of a camera. And that's kind of a sad thing, because when I started my channel, I had full intentions of being in front of the camera. And just chickened out and just said, no, I'm not going to do it. No. And then, like I said, when I took the break in December and then all this crazy stuff happened, I think the car accident kind of woke me up to say, stop talking about what you want to do and get up and try. I mean, the worst that could happen is you fail, but at least I knew I tried. So, like I said, I would just want to get into the role and get just ball rolling, going. Sorry, I think I'm starting to lag like my live stream is doing. But like I said, I mean, it's been a crazy. I kind of want to put 2020 on hold and say I've had enough. Like, I mean, I've got my subscription for 2020. I'm done with it. Can you take it back? Can you take it back? I felt so great in 2019. I'm like, oh man, 2020 is going to be great. And January started, and the first week I was like, man, I'm already feeling the greatness coming. And then I got sick, and then I had a car accident, and then I'm like, I'm in lockdown, which is funny because usually I'm like, oh, I want to stay home. I don't want to go anywhere, and dang it, I've got to go to work, and I've got to go pay bills and buy food. And then they told me I had to stay home. And I sat there and blinked a couple times and went, I like this. Now, telling my mother, who is, she's one of those people that are really, she could get the coronavirus really easy. And suddenly the role has reversed. I have now become the parent, and I'm telling my mom, you will stay home. You can die if you don't stay home. But I need to get this. Is it worth dying for, Mom? Well, why do I feel like you're talking to me like a child? I am talking to you like a child, Mom. Go to your room. I can't believe that. I mean, I get to talk to my mom now, and the roles have reversed, and I am the parent. So now my children are looking at me like, whoa, Mom just got like the big girl stick out, and she just told Nani what for. Hey, Immunity, how are you doing? I have not heard from you in so long. I'm sorry I'm not typing in the chat. I guess, like I said, I get real nervous. Like, if you can see my hands right now, they're shaking. I'm trying not to have a shaky voice as well. So I'm not typing because I'll get distracted and I'll forget what I'm talking about, and then it's just a mess. It will be a mess. So, back to, I guess, Easter. Our Easter was a little different. Not just because of quarantine or lockdown or anything like that. Apparently, the Mother Nature thought it would be funny to drop a big F-bomb in our lap. And I'm not joking. It was like an F2 tornado, I think. Which, when you think about it, oh, that's the F2. It's not that big. But it's pretty bad when you see it go over your house. And you're just like, please don't drop here. I mean, I don't want it to drop on anybody. But, the storm was so bad that I really expected the Wicked Witch to go flying by, laughing at us. But, really, we really were blessed. Nobody I know was hurt or died. It went right over. The worst we got was flooding. Like, I don't know if anybody's seen any pictures on Twitter. Sorry, read the chat, and like I said, brain went out. I posted pictures on Twitter. I mean, it was battling. Like, the town we live in it was flooded. Like, I think you could literally get your boat out and fish. I mean, people were posting all over Facebook saying, like, with like a whale in the middle of it. I mean, it was funny, but it wasn't funny because there's so much damage from the flooding now. And we're not used to that. We're not used to flooding here. I mean, it was so bad, like, the road just, like, opened up and split. I mean, it looked like tremors, like a worm just ripped open the road, and you could see it dead there. So, yeah, it's been eventful. 2020, you can take it back. I'm done with my subscription. Take it back. I don't need it anymore. I don't even dare I don't even want to say, like, everybody's really wanting to get out of quarantine and go back to life, and I'm like, it's like a meme I seen the other day on Facebook. It's, I think it's Billy Mays, 2020 is literally, but wait, there's more. And that is what we've had the whole time. And it could be worse. I mean, where we're at, we're not being affected by the coronavirus like a lot of other states. I will have to say that. We are very lucky that, I mean, we're not hearing a lot here about it. So a lot of us feel kind of, yeah, get the art, Noah. That's what we felt like. Yeah, there was literally people bringing boats to kind of make it through the water. I mean, some idiot thought it was hilarious to get his truck out and see if he could drive through it, and the water was up to his door, and I'm like, man, don't give Southern people that much, I mean, people already make fun of us, so, don't add fuel to the fire. Because that's one thing I always notice when I turn on any social media. It's somebody's making fun of Southern people. And not all of us are like that, please. We're not that bad. So. Oh, Evil, tell her happy 16th birthday. I feel bad. Like, it's her 16th birthday and you're in a live chat. So, I'm sorry. Well, that's good. I mean, CBG, that MD is not a place that floods a lot. I mean, we're not used to it. I mean, we're used to having rain, of course, but this flooding, like, I always get kind of tickled. The news company is like, oh my gosh, we're a little behind on rain. And I'm like, what state do you live in, sweetheart? We're not behind. Now, maybe by August we might be, but right now, it's like Noah's Ark out there. I mean, I expect to have to start flying pigeons soon to get messages to people. I'm sorry, I probably just realized that there's probably like a ton of mouth noises because I'm sitting like an inch from the microphone. I'm sorry, this is not ASMR. Sorry. I hope everybody can still hear me good because, oh, okay, good. I was kind of nervous, Evil, that you're in in a live chat and there's stuff going on in your house. I felt kind of bad. Let's see. I'm trying to think. You would think that since 2020's been so eventful, there'll be so much to talk about. I can't think of anything. Wait, hold on. Yeah, climate change. I will have to say that I'm not one for the news. I find it depressing, and with some issues I have, depression is not something I need all the time. But with the coronavirus, we have to turn on the news. We have to see what's going on and so forth. And I turned on the news, and just one sitting, I felt like jumping out the window and burying myself. I mean, in one sitting, we're hearing there's a big giant hole over the North Pole. And I'm like, well, you know what that means. I mean, that means it's almost like saying, well, we're close to the end of the world, Then, like, I flip over to another page, and it's like, Chernobyl has fires. And if it reaches the nuclear plant, I mean, it could be a massive explosion. We're estimating that the radiation smoke, it will hit all these countries and maybe even more. Oh, okay. Flip over to another one, and do you know at the end of April, we're going to have an asteroid fly so close to the Earth that if one thing happens, we're all going to die. At this moment, I click off my phone, throw my phone across the room, and my mom looks at me and she's like, Lily, are you okay? No, I literally think I'm going to jump out. If it wasn't for the window damage, I think I would jump out of the window right now. And she's like, what's wrong? I said, oh, you told me to read the news and tell you what's going on. You read it for yourself. And she just looked at me, and then she turns on her phone and starts reading. She just looks up at me, and I'm like, yes, depressing, isn't it? Congratulations. So, yeah, I'm not turning on any more news because every time I do, it's so depressing. You turn on the news, all you're hearing is people dying. This could be another death. This could be another death. We all could die. And it just goes on. And by the time they're done, I'm just thinking, like, do I need to make funeral preparations? Because, I mean, that's what they're basically saying, is this keeps going, it's just over. Oh, well, just going to have to shrug it. I will have to say, CBG, you're right. I've been to Florida. I have family in Florida, too. And, oh, my gosh. I always think it's funny how they make fun of people. I notice a lot of people make fun of Alabama. And that's where I'm from. That's where I live. And I live around here. And I don't see what they're talking about. Like, the jokes that they make. I'm like, I'm from here, people. You know, that's not true. And I went to visit for a while in Florida to see family. And I was really shocked that a lot of people were a lot weirder than where I live. So, I don't know. I think every state has its weirdos, but unfortunately, like I said, the South, we get so many people making fun of us, that I think, if I'm not mistaken, in Alabama itself, they literally pass laws. Like, you know, people always talk about, like, they marry their cousin or their sister or blah, blah, blah. They literally pass laws in Alabama because of people making fun of it so much. And I find that kind of sad that you would have to start changing your way of living because other people think, you know, make fun of you for it. I don't know. I've heard of people talk about their states and stuff that goes on in their state, and I'm like, that's weirder than where I live. So, I don't know. Just gonna have to just leave it there on that one. I mean, it's bad when people ask you where you're from and you kind of look at them. Well, you don't look at them because you're talking to them on Twitter, and you don't want to tell them where you're from because you know you're going to get made fun of. Oh, you're from Alabama? And I don't find it that funny. Thank you very much. I will agree. The news, all they want to do is pretty much post the worst of everything. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Bad allergies, not the coronavirus. That's the one thing I find hilarious, is I don't even want to go out of the house just because I do have bad allergies and I have asthma. And if you cough right now, everybody freaks out, because that's another funny story. I have to do all of the traveling in our house because my mom, I mean, she's at high risk to get the coronavirus. The kids all have asthma, and one of them has terribly weak lungs. So, none of them can go out of the house. And the kid's dad, like, his job is a government job. So if one thing happens, he will get laid off. So, like, I'm running for all these people. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go out, and this is before we were supposed to start wearing facial masks. And like I'm a germaphobe. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I'm a germaphobe. I worked for a doctor's office. Probably 90% of my work life, I worked at a doctor's office. At one doctor's office, I had to kind of like fill in for the nurses for minor things that, you know, you can't kill people for. And I literally watching all these people come into the doctor's office got to the point where I became a germaphobe. I mean, I didn't realize how gross or things can be when when you work in the doctor's office. Sorry, I have a cat and a kid fighting in the hallway, so I just kind of had to stop and address that with a look. Sorry. So, you know, I get working at a doctor's office, and I I literally became a germaphobe. So, like, for me, this coronavirus just brings everything back into full swing on feeling like death. And, hey. Well, just leave the door open. Sorry. I got a mad cat and a child who thinks it's funny. Sorry. So, like, before all this went down, I was able to get, antibacterial wipes, and I was able to get Clorox wipes and Lysol and one thing of hand sanitizer. I feel like that's, like, worth gold now. And so I put all that in my car, and as soon as I go into the store, like, I have, like, my Clorox wipes in each hand so I don't have to touch nothing. A little baggie to throw everything in. A little baggie to throw it all in, because people forget the fact that, there's cross-contamination. Spraying Lysol. I probably look like a psycho. I'm standing out in the parking lot spraying my clothes down with Lysol because I don't want to bring it home to my family members. And, I get in the house and bring the food, and then, like, one of them's like, oh yeah, you forgot something. I'm not going back. Because the last time I went to the store, yes, that's one mad kitty. I didn't know you could hear it. Sorry. It's my mom's cat, who apparently loves me more than everyone else. I'm not sure why, because I don't hate cats, but I'm not overly fond of cats. Which is funny, because I've owned, like, 20 cats in my life and loved all of them greatly. But for some reason, she loves me. So she's, like, sitting right over here where you can't see her. And my daughter comes in and is like, I'm going to get her. And it just turns into a war zone. And it literally went from a war zone right next to the computer all the way down the hallway. So I'm hoping that it just ended. Anyway, I'm at the store, and I'm standing there, picking up everything we need, and snacks and medicines, anything I can get my hands on, because I'm a weirdo in the store. And somebody sneezes, and you can tell when somebody's in a store and they cough or sneeze without covering their mouth. And suddenly you hear this achoo, and you know that she just spread her germs all over the shelf. And you see everybody from that aisle on my aisle, and I'm, like, looking around like, we're supposed to stay 6 feet apart, people. You're too close to me. And of course, at that moment, allergies strike. And I feel that tickle in the back of my throat that I'm going to cough. So, like, I just leave my buggy and tear off to the bathroom to cough for 20 minutes. Because once you start, you're just going to keep going. And that's it. So, like, that was one of my last trips to the store. Yes, the washing of hands. Like, I had to explain to my kids, because they know how to wash their hands, of course, because they go to school. But they don't understand that they need to, like, wash their hands. Like, not just, oh, I'm done. Like, one of my kids think washing their hands entails, I put the soap in my hands and wash it under the water, defeating the purpose of germ killing. So, like, I'm going to have to, like, tell them, no, we have to sing happy birthday while we wash our hands. And we wash like this and this and this and this. And my children are now staring at me like, oh my gosh, this is a lot more work than it should be. And I'm like, yes, that's why we stopped the spread of germs. Like, I have to think about that. All the people that went out and bought hand sanitizer and soap and wipes and all this stuff, I have to stop for a second and say, what did you do before the virus, you weirdos? Did you not wash? Are you one of those people that go to the restroom and never wash your hands? Because that freaks me out very badly. Starts the germ. Like, I'm so bad I flush a toilet with my hand. Not my hands, but my foot in public. Like, that's how bad I am with germs. So, are we still good? Because I'm seeing buffering again. And I'm not seeing a lot in the chat, so I'm, like, worried that I've ran people off. Oh my gosh. And see, I was worried that I wasn't going to talk that much. I'm wrong. Wait a second to see if we're still good, because I'm not seeing, like, on my end everything's kind of frozen. We got sound. Okay, as long as we have sound, then I'm okay with it. I agree, CBG. I don't understand about the glove thing. I right there is like the cross contamination I was talking about. If I'm going to wear gloves, because I worked at a doctor's office, if I'm going to wear gloves, I'm going to, with each action, take off the gloves and put new ones on. But I've seen people in the store, and I had to keep it to myself, because you're going to make them mad and they're going to want to punch your face in. They'll put their gloves on, and they've touched the cart, they've touched objects, now they're touching their keys, they put their card in their mouth and then pull the card out of their mouth with the same gloves. And I'm like, dude, you've just defeated the purpose of gloves. Just stop. Just stop. I feel like, at this point, I feel like a Filthy Frank meme. It's time to stop. If I could put that up on the screen, I would. I'm still not good at this. I mean, right now, a professional live streamer could just be putting up stuff all over the screen. I'm doing good to get the screen to work over here. So, I don't know. I've seen that. I even had to explain to my mom, because she was like, you're kind of going overboard with the germ killing. I don't think it is overboard, because like I said, with so many people in my house, that if they get sick, it's devastating. I'm not going to risk it. I mean, just the other I agree, Evil. That's what I did. But even before the coronavirus, I've been a germaphobe probably since I was I don't know when my first job was at a doctor's office. I was probably 18 or 19. And when I go to public restroom, I'm like using my elbows. I was using my foot to flush the toilet, a napkin to wash my, get the knob to turn the water on. I was that way before this virus, so I'll freely admit that it's nothing changed, but I probably have gotten worse with the spraying. Like, if somebody sneezes, I feel the urge to spray you right in the face with Lysol. I'm just not gonna be mean. That's how I feel, because so many people, and I'll slap my kids in the back of the head. I don't mean to be mean or sound like abusive, but I've raised them since they were little to, when you sneeze or cough, you do it in your elbow. And when they started school, I'm like, see, mommy's not total nut job. You understand what I'm saying now. So, but I was this way before this coronavirus. I will probably be doubly, that's not even a word, sorry. I probably would totally worse after this is done. So, Oh, that's a good one, CBG, that you told somebody that they were doing wrong, and they had the audacity to look at you and say that you were wrong. Wow. I hope you looked right back at them and said, I do know what I'm talking about. I'm a nurse. I'm one of those people risking my life so you can be stupid and keep spreading it. So, sorry. My kids found out I was live streaming, so immediately they were just like, hey, can we come out?
Hi, everybody.
Which I guess I could say, my oldest one, they can't see you. My oldest one is, the special voice you hear a lot of times in my narrations. So, shoo, go, shoo. Sorry. I have nosy children. Let's see. I'm going to start reading the chat a little bit, because I've totally neglected it. It is true, CBG. You can't, if you let out a little hit in the store, you see 20 people that want to spray you with Lysol. One person, I think it was in Lowe's, it was when this first started, I was like, well, if I'm going to be in quarantine, I'm going to go into Lowe's and buy some things to keep myself at home. Because I don't want to be these ninnies running around the roads like, we're in quarantine, but I got somewhere to be. So I bought some things to keep myself entertained. And got in the store, and I think my mom has severe asthma. And she let out a cough, and immediately the guy looked over at her and was like, I bet she's one of those retardos that have the coronavirus. And my mom, bless her heart, she was so embarrassed that she just walked out of the store. And I looked over at him. I'm like, yeah, that's really rude. That's really rude. I mean, because she had a mask on. She didn't take it off. She had stuff and everything. But anyway, like I said, this coronavirus has been, it's been crazy. That is true. Of course, now the coughing's going to start. My daughter had a class, like, right before I started live streaming. And, we sat outside so we could have peace and quiet. And for some reason, winter has decided to come back with full-fledged terror. And we're sitting out there and the sun started to go down. We're, like, looking at each other like, whew, it's cold. So my nose is still frozen. And so now, as it's thawing, it's like, time to cough. Everybody watching your live stream now is going to be like, I can feel the sickness from here. But I'll tell my old list that you said that evil. Believe it or not, my oldest one has already decided this is what she wants to do when she gets older. And I told her that she's going to be way better than I am. Evil, I'm going to be honest, I almost knocked him out because it was some young guy. He looked like maybe he was 18 or 20. And I was just like, wow, that is extremely rude to say that. But so after that, Mom's like, I don't want to go anywhere anymore. And I'm like, well, good, that might help you stay home more. it might be a blessing at the end of the day is that you'll get to stay home more. But, yes, the homeschooling thing, like, when I first started, I thought, okay, this is going to be fun. I always said I thought about homeschooling my kids as they can hear that. I thought about homeschooling my kids as they got older, because sometimes you get into high school and, you sometimes get some teachers that are, crazy. But trying to homeschool my kids, I sat there for a second, like my oldest one, she's at the stage now that she pretty much does most of her stuff online, so it's easy. But then for some reason, kindergarten, I don't remember kindergarten being this strenuous. Like I at some point, like my kindergartner looks at me and just starts crying, and I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" "I'm stupid." And I'm like, "You're not stupid, sweetheart. I mean, I feel stupid because I'm totally older than you, and I feel dumb trying to teach you this. Because, math and everything is definitely not like it was when I was in school. I love math, great at math, and I struggle to try to help them. I mean, it's bad because I'm having to reteach myself, so as she's handing me schoolwork, I'm like trying to help them, and I'm like, okay, this is why you add this, and then she's like, no, Mom, that's not how you do math. Excuse me? That is how we do math. And she's like, no. You have to do this and put the arrow here and the circle there. And I stop for a second, look at her and go, that is totally dumb. Like, why can't you just do this and you're done in like 5 seconds? Your way takes 2 minutes. My way takes like 30 seconds, if that much.
Mommy's right.
But then, of course, she tells me, like, if you don't do it the way the teacher told us, I will fail.
Maybe we should just, here's what I think, maybe we should just listen to Mommy, quit listening to the teachers. Who cares if we fail or not?
You'll care when you get older. You'll care, because, I mean, I'm not always right. But I agree. Some kids these days, they're very disrespectful. They don't know proper, they're just rude and disrespectful. I mean, that's probably the best way I can just say it. And I think that's why I'm so hard on my kids, because I look at them and they're like, well, when I went, like, for example, I sub, and I was down at the school subbing for like pre-K, and which they're now kindergartners. I was working with them, and I was really surprised at the way kids act. I mean, we're talking pre-K, so you're looking at about 4 and 5-year-olds. So I'm looking at my 4-year-olds because they're little and they're twins, and they're so quiet and they're so well behaved. I'm still trying to teach like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you, please, because that's just how I was raised. And this is my first time to sub. Now, I subbed with my oldest when she was in pre-K, so there's like a 2-year difference. And like her classmates were always so nice and so respectful, wonderful. And then I'm up for this pre-K class, which has got my kids in it. And I look over and this one little girl is like, I think she used every cuss word that you can imagine an adult using. I mean, like, they were hard-hitting ones. And I remember just staring at her because she knew how to use them. I mean, she knew what she was saying. I mean, it was not like, oops, I just said a cuss word. It was like flat out just stream, like a sailor entered that child's body and possessed her. And just, I mean, she's like this little kid. I mean, she was even shorter than my twins. And, I looked at her and she looks up at me and she literally just string of cuss words right as she's looking at me. And I look over at my twins, who are mortified because they know those are words I would like them not to use because they're children. And I'm like, you ever use that word? Any of those words? And you know what happens. And they just nod their head at me. I'm like, good, we know. And I was really shocked because like my kids come home from kindergarten this year. Some of the things that they were saying floored me. I'm like, I'm trying to explain to my kids, no, that's not correct. No. Do not say any of that. I mean, my one twin come home flat calling people names, and I'm like, do you know what that word means? I have no idea what the word means. And I'm like, well, if you don't know, don't use it. So, but it is true, like, hey, Madam Raven. Oh, wait, hold on. Somebody's saying that it's freezing. Hold on. Wait, okay. Because I keep freezing on my end, but everybody keeps saying there's still audio, so I don't know what to do, like if I should stop the stream or what. I think next time I'm going to, let me put, can you hear me? Well, can you? And no sound. Oh, crap. Shoot, that means it's probably done. Listen, sit down. You're walking around, maybe like triggering it.
Probably what it is. Mommy. I wonder what they're saying about me talking in it. I'm like, oh, she's so cute. Or, oh my goodness, why is she just disrupting it?
Okay, you can hear me now? Okay, good. Okay. Like, I sit somewhere. I probably picked the wrong... I probably picked the wrong room to do this in. Wait, are we back? Can you guys hear me?
What did they say about me?
They love you. Okay, good. Okay, sorry. I'm like talking to somebody else while I'm not bad at cursing, probably because I have kids. I mean, I'll really admit, probably if I didn't have kids, I'd probably totally have a lot more colorful language. But I found words I can get by with, which of course I use crap a lot. And of course it's real bad when your oldest daughter is like, well, this is just crap. And everybody immediately looks at me, and I'm like, yeah, she totally got it from me. I can't even blame it on anyone. I can't lie. She's got it from me. She got it from me. I have to say my oldest is too much like me. Bless her little bones. But I can't believe, I'm kind of still shocked that I've talked for, I think according to this live count, it's almost 15 minutes. And I was worried that I was going to have like 12 people to come in and do all the talking for me. I have to watch I think before I had kids, I totally had to watch what I say to when kids were around, so I still do. I mean, I feel kind of bad. My kids have figured out ways to get around, you know, like I have like colorful things, like I'm trying to think of something right now. It's not crap's one of them, but I'm trying to think of other things that are funnier. I think like there was one time I was like, well, poodle scoot. And my kids laughed, so I found a way to be angry at something and say something funny that my kids were so distracted by laughing that, so, let's see. I'm trying to think what else we can talk about, because like I said, 15 minutes, and I'm still going, whew. Oh, poodle scoot. You have to do the funny thing, the funny little sayings with a funny accent too, because it totally gets them distracted. That mommy's is like blowing a gasket. Well, poodle scootle, and the kids will just get stuck on that while I'm over there fuming and dying. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I guess on a lighter note, I'm trying to think of some fun things that I've read on the internet. I feel kind of behind. Like, a lot of people are like, what music are you listening to? Have you heard the latest news on YouTube? And I'm going to freely admit that I'm so wrapped up with like trying to get my crap together and get my kids' stuff together that I feel kind of bad. Like, when I finally do get to watch other people's videos or catch up on the local gossip on YouTube, I feel kind of... Is there a delay? Like, how much of a delay?
What's a delay? Mommy, what's a delay?
It means there's like a discrepancy in the what's going on and what they're hearing. So like I could be talking 20 seconds high. So about a minute. Oh, dang, that's a big delay.
What's a delay?
Means they're not hearing.
Yeah.
So like I'm like a minute ahead of y'all, so I'm like talking about a new topic before you guys even get here. Sorry. But you were doing it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the pep talk. Cause like I'm kind of doing this blindly. Like the chat's a little behind and stuff. Hey Donna. How are you doing? I hope you're staying safe. And I have to admit that I love the things you post on Facebook. It literally lightens my day of all the stress and garbage of reading the news, and then I turn on Facebook and then you make me laugh. So thank you. I will have to say that after this live stream, I may have to start doing like live streams without the webcam until I can figure this out, because for some reason it's I'm not sure if you can still stream on Google Hangouts or not. I had watched like 20 tutorials on just to get this junk rolling. And I think I was trying to read, they had one tutorial talking about Google Hangouts, and I guess I should have tried to see if it works. Okay, good. I think the lag's picking up. Maybe me just moving around. Okay, so no, you can't do it anymore on Google Hangouts. I was thinking that because when I looked up how to live stream immediately, they were bombarding me with like OBS, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna go with that because I can find tutorials on it, so we're just gonna roll with it. But and I feel kind of bad. I said that there would be other people joining the live stream, and I'm terrified because we keep lagging off just me talking. I'm afraid if I keep adding more and more people, we're just gonna lose this stream. And so far we're doing good. So I haven't lost it yet. So shut up.
Pretty much just smells like crap in here.
Shh, they can hear you. But I'm trying to think. I think the last thing I was really happy to hear that like I was looking up other people's videos and watching, because I always say that I want to support other people's videos, and then like I just like, oh, I don't have enough time. So, and it's hard because I don't know if anybody else is having this problem. I'm not getting the notifications that I used to get with YouTube. Like, I used to get like 500 notifications of videos constantly, and then suddenly like I have to go searching for everyone's video. I think I must have yesterday had like 20 people say, YouTube unsubscribe me to you. And I'm like, that doesn't surprise me, because like my sub count is all over the place. Like, you can turn it on right now and it says that you've gained 10 subscribers. 10 minutes later, you've lost 10 subscribers. Well, Lord, them 10 people that subscribed decided real quick they didn't like me for some reason. So that's something I would say I'm really glad is to get back into watching other people's videos, because it does break the monotony of editing and recording and trying to figure out how to live stream. Thank you, YouTube, for throwing that monkey wrench at me, because see, before this, the very first time I live streamed, I think I just used Google Hangouts, and I did it while I was on vacation at the beach, and it was just maybe like a 10-minute live stream just to see if I could do it, and I did. And then everybody's like, oh, we gotta do OBS now, or one of those. I mean, there's other things you can use, but I just clicked on OBS because they had more tutorials, so we just rolled with it. I just want to make my life a little easier. I thought I was making my life easier, but sadly, no. Because right now I'm staring at like a big, huge error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth stream. And then they don't tell you how to fix it. But I'm sure if like I cross over to OBS, they'll tell me that like I'm fine. Like OBS says we're fine. YouTube says like we're freaking out over here. So, and you have to do the voice. You have to make fun of things with I make fun of things with a southern accent just because I'm from the South. I'm sure it'd be funnier in another accent, but we're just gonna roll with the southern one, because you can't offend people if you are part of the southern people. So, trying to think. I hope everybody else's quarantine has been as lively as mine. Between homeschooling and going out to town to scrounge for food. I mean, I always thought, when you watch zombie apocalypse movies, like, that's how I expected that to go, is, stop. I get distracted enough on my own. I'll send you to bed. I always thought, like, you watch these zombie apocalypse movies and you see people just running in the street, chaos, people just looting the store and stealing everything. And, and I'm like, people aren't that dumb. I mean, we are much classier as a human race. And then the corona hit, and I'm like, never mind, we're all gonna die. Because these people are just nuts. I seen 2 women fighting over a package of toilet paper one time in the store. Fighting over it. And I don't know. I had to walk away. I should have videotaped it. That would have been a great thing to post on Twitter. These 2 women just duking it out for a package of 4 rolls of toilet paper. In my house, that's not even worth it to die for. So I will agree, Madam Raven, YouTube spends a lot of its time like just screwing people over. And I guess I feel bad because, like, I hear all these people who started back when before YouTube was complicated, before YouTube's decided algorithms needed to be changed, and they're like, man, my numbers just grew, and this happened, and this happened, and then, like, I started just as YouTube thought it would be funny to screw with everything and add these algorithms, and I don't even know how to explain it. And one day I've seen like one of my videos right now has like, finally, you know, like, I don't know how to put it, like, I just came back to YouTube, so my video has like 1,000 views, and I like nearly, you know, crap myself. And one day I watched my views go from like 1,300 to 900, back to like 1,500, then to 1,200, and now I think it's safe to say that YouTube decided that 1,300 is where they want that video to stay at. But I don't understand how that works, because like for me, if you have those views, and I can understand if you're somebody that is buying views, I could see YouTube messing with the algorithm, but like for me, I don't know how to buy views, nor do I have the money to go buy views, and what's the point of doing videos if I'm going to have to pay for people to watch them? So, so like, and again, like with subscribers, like one morning you get up and you're like, oh man, we're close to, 5,000, all of a sudden you're back at, 4,500, and then you're over here and you're over there. It's like, YouTube, leave it alone. And then people sit and like, I've been in chats where people are like, I don't think YouTube's original anymore. It's really boring. Well, YouTube's not original anymore, and it's kind of boring because us as creators are kind of held. Like, I've got to watch what I say, just in narration. I don't know how people handle doing like live stuff where they're in front of the camera and they're doing horror and stuff like that. But like just narrating, I have to watch saying quarantine. I think that's one of the words that's a no-no. You're not supposed to talk about it. You're not supposed to bring up coronavirus because that's a no-no. You can't bring up there's like 1,500 things that you're not supposed to bring up when you're YouTubing. And thumbnails, do not put anything that looks like blood in your thumbnail, because if you do, you will instantly be demonetized. So, I mean, when people sit on these chats and they're like, I just don't understand why YouTube is just so boring and unoriginal. That's probably why it's boring and unoriginal, because as a creator, you're kind of just, you're stuck a lot of times. And that I will agree with is you're right, because if you go back to like when YouTube was yeah, Donna, it's more of Shaun of the Dead, only it's not funny. Like, Shaun of the Dead is funny, but like, I don't know how you guys, where you're at, but these people are so annoying with their coronavirus wackadoo stuff that you literally have to just stop and stare at them. Like, we're under complete lockdown where I live. You have to stay inside. And see, like, I'm allowed to run on the road because I'm bringing food to different people that need food. So, that's why I'm out on the road. The first week that we were literally in lockdown, it was literally stated that you have to stay at home unless you are going to work, have a medical emergency, or absolutely have to get food. For some reason, people took that as, heck, let's get on that road. There was more traffic on the road during a lockdown than there was on any given day. And I'm like, this is why it's not going away, people, because you don't listen. So, anyway, this is why I don't read the chat. As soon as I read the chat, I get distracted and I forget what I'm talking about. But like, I went back and was looking at some of the original like YouTube stuff back when it was like really hitting big. And if you look at the original YouTubers, like, they did not have restrictions. Just go to bed. Okay, go to bed. You're distracting. If you look at like the original YouTubers, I mean, they didn't have restrictions. They didn't have to watch what they were doing. They could say what they wanted. They could do what they kind of what they wanted to do. And that's why YouTube back in the day was much, much more original. But I can understand why YouTubers nowadays don't want to push that envelope, because YouTube gets mad and you can get demonetized. You can lose your channel. I've heard people talk about that, like they lost their channel and had to start from scratch. And I don't know how I would take that. I mean, I'm only at, barely at 5,000. And if I was to wake up tomorrow and YouTube say, you're done, I don't know how I would recover from that. Because, I mean, it took everything I had to get to where I'm at now, and pushed a lot of on myself. So if I was to wake up tomorrow and YouTube say, guess what, you're done, we don't want you no more. I don't know how. I have to applaud the YouTubers that have woke up to that and literally had to start a new channel and just start from ground zero and build themselves back up. I applaud you for that, because I don't know if I could have the stamina to do that. And it's scary, because you never know. Like, I would say back in November, I had this I can't think of any nice words to say, so I guess I'll just keep my big mouth shut. I had this woman message me. Well, she didn't message me. She left like this really hateful comment on a video I did. I think it was, Lord, I can't even think of the name of the video now. It was a video, like, locally. It was it's like maybe 30, 40 minutes from where I live, and it's in Georgia. And, like, something Manor. It's in Georgia, and I did a video on it, and I researched that video. I looked up pictures that were totally copyright, free, and this woman messaged me, and she's like, you have one of the, I'm trying to clean down what she said as well, because, I mean, it was pretty bad. Like, this is the dumbest video I ever heard, so unoriginal, so stupid, and she went into a big tirade, and I didn't think nothing about it, because you get comments like that. Not everybody's going to like you, and you're not everybody's cup of tea. And that's probably why I drink coffee. Tee. But, I mean, I didn't think nothing about it. And, like, 2 days later, she copyright striked my video, stating that 90% of the pictures I used in my video were hers. Now, I think what really ticked me off about that is I tried to privately message her and talk to her about it. Like, look, can you just unstrike my channel? I'll take the video down. At least let me get the audio off and take the pictures off. And, let me do that. And she never mentioned me back. I had a copyright strike. I think it got lifted in February. But that's another thing that really hit hard, because that was a video that I think I released it the beginning of November. And when she copyright striked it, it was at 20,000 views. And that was a pretty devastating hit, because everybody loved that video. And when she copyright struck, and then what's even worse is, like, there's nothing you can do. She says it's hers. It's not hers. Went to her website. None of the pictures I used were hers. They were literally from a woman who I contacted and said, hey, are these your pictures? She's like, yes, these are mine. I went to the place, took the pictures. You can use them. Just cite me. And that's what I did. So it really did. It was a pretty hard-hitting thing right before the holidays, because I tried to talk with her and get it straight, and she didn't care. So anyway, bye. You'll probably be off by the time, because of, like, the lag, you'll probably be off by the time you get this. I'm sorry. But, I don't know. I think that's some things that YouTube needs to work on, is thinking about being fair for both sides. I can understand there's people out there that steal content, and I understand that. But there's people like me who I really tried my best on every video to make sure that it's copyright friendly. It's not stealing from anybody. If I do pull from somebody's web page or something, like, I immediately message them and ask. I mean, I really work hard, and some of these videos that I know, like, when you look at videos, you're like, oh, it's just this or this or this. It shouldn't take that long, but there's so much that goes into making a video that when it gets taken down like that, because I think the video that got taken down was 30 minutes long. I had to do a lot of research. Some of the pictures in the video, I actually drove there and took what I could, because, I can't be gone too long. But, the one person, I didn't contact them, and they showed me where they had taken the pictures themselves. And of course, she was like, nope, it's my pictures. I'm getting so tired of you. I mean, like I said, she had some colorful language that I'm not going to mention, but she let me know real quickly she's tired of people stealing her stuff. And I'm like, well, you know what? If you think this is your stuff, then you need to have a copyright on that picture, because everybody I've talked to, if it's their picture and they care about it, it's got a copyright symbol on it, and you can't take it. So it is false flagging. I guess I would say it's false flagging. She definitely lied, because I really tried to push very hard to make sure everything is above board. I don't want a copyright strike. I don't need a copyright strike. I definitely don't need my channel taken away from me. So it was pretty devastating. And I think the only way to fight back a copyright strike is, I think you click like a button to fight them, but it states that if you fight it, be prepared for lawyers or something to get involved. I don't know, I may have misread that. I may have just got really nervous. So of course I didn't fight it, and she got what she wanted. She had my video taken down. And what's bad is when a video is taken down, you lose it. You lose the audio on it, you lose the video, you lose everything that you worked on. Because that's one thing I was trying to contact her, was if she really felt that it was her video. I was more than happy to take the video down. I was more than happy to accommodate her, as long as I could just get the audio from the video and just restart. And I think that's why now I have not been using anything on the internet. Like anything that is not from a website where they flat out say, where I can contact them and say, hey, this person flagged me, this person's lying, can you help me out? I won't use it. So I think that's why I kind of, what I like to say, dumb down my videos a little bit, is because it's very hard. Some people are better. Like if you go to this woman's Facebook page, because that's another thing. When I found out who she was, I went to her Facebook page to actually look and see, maybe the person I talked to lied and stole from her. Because I'm all fair. You know, people can lie. Somebody can tell you that it's theirs and it's not. And I went to that woman's Facebook page, and not one picture that was on the video was on her website. If I could have figured out how to flag her Facebook, I probably would have flagged her Facebook, just because, I mean, that's how mad I was. Because, I mean, you worked so hard to get this stuff done and reach people, and one false move, and that's it. And I think I got worried because, like, if she flagged or copyright striked my channel, like, if you get 2 more within that span, your channel's gone. And so, like, now you're just holding your breath. Am I going to get another one? Am I going to get another one? Because they usually come in threes. I'll just be honest with you. Every time I've got a copyright claim, it comes in threes, and it's all by people who are just trying to steal your video. But this woman, she was like a weekend warrior. She was triggered, and she was ready to fight. Yeah, I agree, Donna. I almost imagine she hasn't, because if you go to her Facebook page, it literally looks like she's been taking things from other people's pages and flat out saying, don't you take this is mine. And you can just kind of see, because somebody posted under one of the pictures, really, that's yours. Why does it sure look like mine? So she's probably one of those people who steal from other people. And I think when she saw the video, it had like 20,000 views, she really just figured this was one way to kind of hit back at somebody who had really worked hard. And so, but I'm not bitter. You can't say that I'm bitter or nothing. Not at all. If that woman was in front of me right now, I don't know. I just don't know. I expect that now, her to pop up in the live stream. You're talking about me, flag the live stream. I don't know. It's really crazy. I think I've been YouTubing. I'm going to say this year is the 3rd year I've been doing it. Whew, man, time is flying really fast. I feel like I'm getting old. I've actually had really great experiences with YouTube. I know a lot of people, like, they tell you, like, all the horror stories, but I don't know. I've never really had really bad stories to just kind of go over. I've really been really lucky that, I mean, just from the time I started YouTube, until now, it's been pretty smooth sailing, and we've had some bumps. The copyright claims, it's pretty much normal. If you YouTube, you know you're going to get these people who are like, oh, look, that video is doing pretty good. Let's claim it. And of course, all you got to do is cite where you got, like, that's one thing, every video I keep, like, the sites where I've gotten it from. So I can immediately refer back to it, highlight, copy, paste it, and tell them, oh yeah, really? This is where I got it from. And immediately, I would say within an hour of sending that to them, they drop the claim and just go on their merry. So, you know, the copyright claims are tedious and they're annoying, but that's not the worst of YouTube. I would say YouTube itself constantly flagging you for stuff, it does hurt, because they never tell you what you got flagged for. I mean, it's just like, oh, you just didn't meet the guidelines. Well, that's great, but if you read your guidelines, it goes on and on. I know I'm not supposed to have blood or children in my video. Okay? Anyway. I think I would have to say that the horror community is one of the best communities to be in. There's not been a lot of drama. I would say when I first started YouTube, there was some drama. But luckily, the person that started a lot of the drama is doesn't talk to me, and I don't talk to them, so we're all good. They blocked me, and I blocked them, and we're all good today. So, yeah. Yeah, that's very true. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat, so I have to agree with what all you guys are saying in the chat. I totally agree with. Like I said, every time I read the chat, I can't talk anymore. Just breathe in, breathe out. I will have to say I've dodged a lot of bullets. I've not been a part of a lot of drama. I'm sure there's tons of drama. Every community has its own set of dramas, but I've been really good to stay out of most of them. I've been great to have some really great friends. I mean, there's a bunch of them right now in the chat. I mean, I actually, believe it or not, guys, this is just going to get all sappy on you and drop one heavy on you guys. But when you guys are around and I get to talk to you and I get to have conversations and message, it really does brighten the days. And when you guys, you know, I know everybody's got life and everybody gets busy and things get heavy, but when you guys are gone, it does actually leave a lot of spots that are just sad. Because like 90% of you, I think I have literally known since I've started YouTube. Somewhere like from the first month, second month, maybe 6th month, I've known you guys almost the whole time. And I really consider you guys like besties, because I mean, like, a lot of people like talking about like, oh, I just don't have a lot of friends anymore. Like, I can honestly say I have a lot of friends. They're on Twitter. We don't get to see each other, but I think that makes it kind of more special because we don't see each other. We don't get to hang out. We only get to talk to each other, you know, when things are, you know, down, like, you know, downtime, things aren't so heavy. And so I think it makes it more special to have friends on Twitter, because it takes a lot to maintain friendships that are not easily, you know, to keep up with. And so I will have to say, like, one of them one's missing in the chat right now, and the live stream, who is supposed to be my host, is Darkest. I'm going to get him later. Just gonna let y'all know that. If he comes up missing, I did not drive all the way to Texas to get him.
Who was that?
I did not do anything with him, so if he comes up missing, I had nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. Just keep on. Just keep on act like you don't know what happened. Don't turn me in. Okay, don't turn me in. But yeah, I figured I'd just kind of drop that heaviness on you guys and tell you, well, not heaviness, sappiness. That, I mean, I look forward to seeing you guys in chats and live streams. I look forward to talking with you guys. I know a lot of times I get busy, and I know a lot of times things get, you know, off and busy. But I enjoy it. I enjoy you guys, and it's probably getting late. It's like almost 10 o'clock my time, and I'm like, so I'll drop some sappiness on you guys and snore in the microphone, because that's what I do nowadays. Yeah, most of us here are narrators. Yeah, I think everybody in the chat narrate or it's make some type of YouTube videos. So I'm reading over the chat because I missed like a ton of stuff. Oh my gosh! A troll told you to kill yourself. Man, that probably sparks trolling right there. I don't understand trolls. Like, my life is so... Stop. My life is so busy. I don't have time. Like, one time, I think, talk about drama. It's maybe a year ago. The one narrator I'm referring to, that's, it's caused a lot of drama in my life since I've been YouTubing. And still, I think, secretly causes a lot of my strife in YouTubing. I went around telling everybody that I was trolling her, that I was paying people to troll her, I was sending my subscribers to troll her, and I'm like, dude, I don't have time for that. I've got a life, sort of. I barely can get a YouTube video once a week, and you think I have time to send a posse of trolls that are doing nothing to after you because you're so, poignant in my life that I need to troll you. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I'm sorry, you're not that important in my life. I guess I have to pull like a Filthy Frank reference about trolls. You can just hear them just breathing into the computer as they're typing out their message. And what's even worse is I can't take them serious. When I get my troll messages on YouTube or Twitter, or I can't even take them seriously. I'm like, man, your life must be just that sad that this is the best you got. I'll just have to applaud you. Good job. Good job. Go for it. Yes, Texas party trip. We're going to have to stop what we're doing and drive to Texas and just beat him with bamboo sticks. He left me holding the bag. Oh my gosh, it's almost 4 a.m, Donna. Oh, that's right. There's a big time difference for us. Yeah. Trying to think. I don't. Speaking of drama, I don't think I've heard any recent drama. But like I said, I keep my head in the sand. I try to stay out of it. Like every once in a while, I'll turn on Twitter and I'll see people like talking about something. But I'm always one of those people like I'm not going to message and be like, "What's going on, guys?" and kind of jump in the middle of the bandwagon because like you never know what's going on. So I try to stay out of it. But I think it was a couple weeks ago there was some type of drama on Twitter. I'm not really sure what all happened, but I know it was pretty rough. I stayed out of it. I got to read most of it, so I think I kind of got what's going on from a distance. I think that's why I want to start a podcast, because I want to turn this on and have people tell me about things going on in the community and things going on in other communities. And did you miss this, Lily? No, maybe. Like I always I'm one of those people when somebody brings up drama or gossip. They're like, "Did you know?" And I'll nod. But tell me what you know, because I probably don't know what's going on. But I'm not gonna tell you I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna run with that one. So, I don't know. I feel kind of bad, because I'm pretty sure there's a big lag, because I look into my YouTube video, and I'm seeing like 30 seconds to a minute behind, so like it's freaking me out how bad behind I am. So like I'm like a minute ahead of y'all. Feels like I'm in a new time zone, only on YouTube. I don't know. I figured to give me about 30 more minutes. I'm going to be so loopy and tired that I'm probably just going to be like snoring in the microphone or snorting or sound really southern and get y'all really good and laughing. Shh. I'm trying to think. I haven't even checked my phone. There could be like 500 messages from people trying to get a hold of me. I also turned my phone on silent because I don't think you guys want to hear like the whole time that we're live streaming my phone going doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo.
No, that's the Joji music.
No, that's not what you're gonna hear. Doo-doo-doo.
What are you gonna hear?
I drive my whole family nuts. Like when somebody's really trying to get a hold of me, all you just hear is the constant doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. Like my phone just had like a panic attack and just like started spitting stuff out. And one day, a friend of mine was like, "Oh my gosh, who is trying to get a hold of you?" And one of my kids was like, "My mommy she's pretty important." And I'm like, "Oh, bless you. I love you. Mommy's important." My kids think I'm famous. So that right there is enough for me. My kids think I'm famous. Of course, I've had to tell like all my kids, when you go to school, don't tell everybody what mommy does. Because, you know, where I live, a lot of people still have kind of have closed minds about things. So when you mention YouTube, like, a lot of people think that they're either doing stupid things or, I don't know, I don't really know what a lot of people think you do on YouTube. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, now all of my family knows that I YouTube. Like, I was really shocked the support that my family did. Like, my mom and my kids and my mom's family, they watch the videos. They have like little parties, like, and watch my videos. And yes, I will agree with you. I do. Sorry, I have to stop what I'm saying and comment on this. I do really dislike people who, they're like, "Oh, I'm being bullied and people hate me and it's your fault." And when you really look into it, they are the bulliers. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not big on bullying. I mean, I'll speak my mind. I'll say stuff that people don't like. I don't mind to ruffle feathers if I have to. Now, I do dodge a lot of fights and drama, but I mean, I'll speak my mind. I say what I like, and I'm gonna joke the way I want to. I like being me. I don't want to be anybody else. I want to be me. And
so many likes.
I don't know. I don't like people who like to claim stuff that they don't have. Like, I mean, if you have depression, you have anxiety, then I can totally feel for you. I can understand. Oh, good night, CBG.
Who's that?
Oh, night, Donna.
Night, Donna.
Can you guys, I didn't even think about it. Can you guys hear my daughter in the background? Because she keeps talking and like agreeing and saying stuff. And I keep stopping and saying stuff. I didn't think about that you could probably hear and see her a lot of times because she keeps trying to get in the video.
Because I want to be a part of it.
I know.
Here, let me just
Don't need your dad finding out that you were in and getting me later. Shoo. It's not. But,
Daddy's abusive.
go. I don't know, I've completely lost my train of thought. I've been, like, reading the comments because, like, things catch my eye. I don't know if I'm speaking from the future or the past. We will never know this. It's my Native American culture here. Is it the future or is it the past? I'll speak wisdom in your ears. Night, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that it's like 10 o'clock and a lot of people are wanting to go to bed. And I'm still just yapping away. I guess I was kind of talking this long because I'm thinking that maybe that Dark is going to show up. Because I don't want to like end this and then him suddenly message me and be like, "Did I miss it?" Yes, you missed it.
Jellybean?
Where have you been?
Oh, I'll give you one.
Which I guess I've done a pretty okay. I'm shocked. I figured by now I'd already had like a panic attack and hit the floor and thank you.
You're welcome.
And died a couple of times. But I'm trying to think.
It was a bubble party.
Will you be quiet?
Here comes the bubbles.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna ask. You guys probably can hear her in the background. Sorry. She's my host for right now.
The funny person in the room.
But back to family. Like, all my family knows what I do, and yeah, it's true that most people who abuse the system usually get other people's content taken down. So it's true. I also have a jelly bean stuck to my tooth. I'm sorry. Your jelly beans are sticky.
I'm sorry. It's my fault. You got me them.
I know, dude. Don't give me no more because they're sticky. But most of all of my family knows that I YouTube, and I was really shocked because, like I said, a lot of people don't understand the YouTube thing. When you mention YouTube, they get really, I don't know, they seem to get offended by it. I don't really understand that, but I know they can hear you. That's why I keep saying shh.
Okay.
But I was really shocked. I got a call one day from my family in Florida, and they were like, "Oh my gosh!" And this was back when I first started, and I think it was at 500 subscribers, and I did a 500 subscriber special, and it was me and Darkest Side, which back then he was somebody else. He was Meat Locker. And I was so proud of that collab. It was literally the first real collab on my channel. And I got the courage to, talk to somebody, and we're good. Me and Dark are really good friends. And I was like, hey, let's do something together. I picked the story, and that is loud. I picked the story, we did it, and everything is like, it's like the YouTube gods shined on that video, because everything synced up together. The video, the audio, the music, everything just synced and went great. And my family called, and they're like, oh my gosh, and they were really commenting on that. And that was the point when I realized that they had been watching my channel, and I felt so awesome, because all of my family, they do different things. They have their own life, and in Florida everything is fast paced and never have any time. And so hearing them say, oh, we're watching this and we love what you're doing. And I was really, really proud, because my mom and my kids, they were so proud of me. And right there is kind of the initiative to keep going and keep struggling, even if nobody else watches. I'm really proud of it. Now there's been a lot of people on the side that have found out, and oh my goodness, the garbage I got for it. You would think that I was just committing a mortal sin being on YouTube. And I guess you just have to look at it as like you do the trolls. It is what it is, and I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to be me, and whatever.